Hello, I am back. We're back with a little Monday night reading. I figured I'd come on and go on for a little bit. We can't be on too long, but let's get started. Welcome back. Please make sure you guys hit the like button, do all the YouTube things. I would really appreciate it. We don't get pushed out into the algorithm if you don't push the like button. So please hit the like button. Hello, good to see all of you. I know it's later tonight, but that's okay. I'm down with a little late night reading. We are continuing the JLR book. Let's see. We're so close to being done. I haven't done one in a while, so I figured we have a little over 100 pages. So we won't get done with it tonight, but I am going to push out clips from the previous reading, and then I'm going to continue to push out clips. So if you see a video drop that is JLR, it's probably clips from previous readings, but I'm picking up right where we left off. So let's continue. Hello to everyone. Thank you guys for being here. Hey, I'm so glad you're live. I was so bored. Yeah, Saz, thanks for being here. I saw Born Twice, Evie, The Real Jilly, Christine, Patricia, hello, Angel Eyes. Good to see y'all. Richie, Abuelitas, Saz. Let's get started. So I had to already look up who this lawsuit was with because I didn't know who it was. So it says Jonathan Lee Riches. Oh, if I didn't say it for those who are new, we are reading the book of lawsuits that JLR put together himself. We're reading it for educational purposes, commentary purposes, fair use, because we're reviewing it and giving it our opinion. The first lawsuit is JLR against, let me look this person up. Madoff? Bernard Madoff. So it looks like some of these people have to look up. It's funny, but a financial investor. Oh, American financier who was a con artist, known for the largest Ponzi scheme in history, worth an estimated $65 billion. Why did I not know who that is? This one's really short. It's like a 1-2 pager, and so is the next one, but let's get started. So JLR versus Bernard L. Madoff. It says Moonlight Bunny Ranch. Oh, Jenna Jameson, sex.com, aka sex.com, Adam and Eve. Wait, it says Jonathan Lee Riches, DBA Bernard Madoff / Bernard Madoff versus, oh, so he's saying they're suing people together, and they're suing, Moonlight Bunny. It sounds like a bunch of sex stores and stuff. Playboy magazine, Mustang Ranch, Peter North, Ron Jeremy, Madame Tussauds Wax Museum, American Curves magazine. Okay, let me pull up the screen that I use. Vivid Entertainment, Craigslist, Adult Entertainment, escort.com. So it sounds like he's suing a bunch of like SEX stuff. Preliminary injunction, temporary restraining order. Comes now, Jonathan Lee Riches, DBA Bernard Madoff, face imminent danger and bodily harm. This court has jurisdiction as the Moonlight Bunny Ranch is in Reno, Nevada area. Its owner, Dennis Hoff, and the list of defendants who occupy stay there with illegal operations of prostitution over interstate lines, and defendants have been harassing me relentlessly with vacation travel packages to the Moonlight when I get out of prison. No way. Defendants send me underage corn in the mail. Defendants Jenna Jameson told me in a February 14th Valentine's Day letter that if I paid her $50,000 and add her to my prison visiting list, she would that if I paid her $50,000 and add her to my prison visiting list at Federal Medical Center in Lexington, Kentucky, she would perform sexual acts on me under the table in the visiting room. I don't know, Jameson. I don't know how Jameson got my address, but I take offense to the offer of prostitution as I am a born again Christian in prison. So help me, Jesus. Then Jameson and Ron Jeremy want to perform porno movies with me for Vivid Entertainment because of my internet celebrity status and me having formerly worked as an editor for Playboy magazine. Someone added Jonathan Lee Riches to the SCX advertisement section on Craigslist. And since then, Heidi Fleece and Peter North have been harassing me and want me to start an escort business with them at a male stud ranch in Reno to accept credit cards, then have me steal the studs and customers' credit card information. Hey, Tinks, good to see you, love. That's a devil. Who, JLR? Dude, this guy is delusional. That's right, Joker. JLR, let me tell you, no one wants to use you for sexual favors. American Curves plans to put me in their July 2009 centerfold. This is an invasion of naked. This is an invasion of privacy. Whorehouses and brothels nationwide are in secret conspiracy with female inmates in federal prisons to be escorts and prostitutes for the defendants as part of the plea bargain deal. In return, females get early parole and unlimited TB testing. The defendants' sexual conduct is an act of Satan. Jenna Jameson corrupted nuns to work for the Moonlite covertly. The Moonlite hosted the DC madam who brought Senator Henry Reid and Arlen Specter to the Moonlight Bunny Ranch for rest and relaxation with Democratic escorts, political prostitutes. Madame Tussauds Wax Museum is waxing a sculpture of me that Jonathan Lee Riches, the Jonathan Lee Riches exhibit. No, no one's doing that, JLR. They don't want, no. With a Crown credit card, the defendants outsourced prostitutes to Iranian mullahs, a violation of the Trading with the Enemy Act. Also, I witnessed Barack Obama entering the Moonlight on 10 occasions and buying escorts with campaign money. And Michelle Obama used the stimulus package funds to get back rubs by Peter North. What the heck? The whores at the Moonlight turned me into a pervert. I can't hold a normal relationship with a Catholic priest. Defendants endangered my health, gave me STDs. Now I weigh 110 pounds and can't get it up. I didn't say it. I'm not making it up. He put it in his own words. He cannot get it up. Maybe it's all a lie, but let me repeat. Defendants endangered my health, gave me STDs. Now I weigh 110 pounds and I can't get it up. I can't produce kids because defendants ruined me. Defendants stole my Cialis. I cannot get over this. How much you pay for that book, Miley? It was like 20 something bucks, I think. Yeah, I know. I know, it's ridiculous. Adam and Eve sexually assaulted me in the Garden of Eden. What the heck? What the actual heck? Every time I see a woman, I hide in the closet. Whoa. There might be some truth to this, guys. Defendants stole my blow-up dolls and my penis pumps. What? The defendants are corrupting the world, and I have a judicial duty to stop this evilness as our youth are in danger, and defendants teach grapers to grape child molesters congregate at the Moonlite. I saw John Mark Carr there in 2000 with John Benet Ramsey in room 8. Wait, when did John Benet Ramsey go missing? Was that a long time ago? Yeah, it was, huh? Because I want to see when. Oh, yeah, that was 96. Okay. I needed to match up the dates. What the? This is sick. Whoa. I seek the destruction of the Moonlite. Defendants forced me into sex therapy injunctions and restraining order against defendants, sexually insulting and corrupting my mind and ruining my sex drive. I want to have kids one day. Defendants broke into my sperm bank account. This is a Ponzi scheme. I seek relief. Respectfully submitted, Jonathan Lee Rich's DBA Bernard Madoff, May 22nd, 2009. This is weird. He's only acting that way to guarantee disability benefits. He's not crazy at all. He's sadistic and narcissist. That's all. Wow. Let's move on. Next lawsuit. Oh, good. The Ghostbusters. The Ghostbusters. Plaintiffs versus Jonathan Lee Rich's DBA Bernard Madoff Investment Securities. This is ridiculous. Just when I think it can't get any worse, it does. Oh, and by the way, we're still doing I still have a live on documents that I need to do in prison letters, and we will continue with our other true crime cases. I covered the Celeste Rivas Hernandez case. If you guys are interested, please go check them out. If you're not familiar, there is a playlist. We will continue with Laura Owens and Kenzie tomorrow and whatever else. Let's continue. He says, we face permanent danger and bodily harm from the defendant. The U.S. government hired us to flush out ghosts in America. The defendant, Jonathan Lee Rich's, is a mega super hacker with ghost powers, zigzagging across America, putting fear in people's lives by stealing their identities and ruining their credit. Jonathan Lee Rich has hacked into our financial computer files and invested all our money into Ponzi schemes. Rich has found out the plaintiff Aykroyd and Chevy Chase are spies like us. Rich has put so much fear into Ernie Hudson that he turned ghostly white. Rich has sent aliens after Bill Murray's girlfriend, Sigourney Weaver. We are the Ghostbusters. Richards tapped into our phone lines to block people from calling us. Jonathan Lee Rich has used credit card money to pay Casper, the friendly ghost, to buzz around our heads drunk with Beetlejuice, and Richards is known as the Johnny Depp of identity theft and transforms into Edward Scissorhand to cut our faces like Freddy Krueger. Freddy Krueger. I just want to know how someone comes up with this. And how, like, do you guys imagine the resources for all of these erroneous lawsuits? There's like 4,000 plus of them. Rich has made Elvis rise from his grave and play guitar in front of our house at night. Rich's is threatening to green slime us with his sperm. What in the heck? We are in need of protection. Rich's is out of control. We seek a restraining order. Respectfully submitted, the Ghostbusters, June 23rd, 2009. So he wrote a lawsuit suing himself from the Ghostbusters. After that last live, it's juicy. I seriously, this is not normal behavior. I don't think like this. You don't think like this. JLR was Pillsbury Doughboy from Ghostbusters. I can't stand this guy. I hope someone puts him in his place one day. He's an ass. He is. This is ridiculous. Okay. Oh, it continues. Let's see. Okay, so it jumps to the next page. It says 2010. In 2010, I was notified that I was eligible for RDAP, a residential drug rehab program, which, if I completed, would take a year off my sentence. Though I have never used drugs, I still wanted my sentence reduced, so I signed up for the program. Unfortunately, I got into altercation with a fellow inmate who was in the program as well. This led me to being expelled from RDAP and placed in solitary confinement. I retaliated by suing the doctor who was in charge of the program and naming everyone in the program as my co-plaintiff. This act drew an FBI investigation against me because the FBI believed I was forging my fellow prisoners' names. You probably were. They attempted to turn this into another charge against me and was used as an excuse to keep me in solitary confinement for longer than scheduled. I'm curious, like, what part of that drug use is true because we just read court paperwork that said he was in a drug program and that he had to go through, which we had never heard of, that he was doing rugs. Here he says he wasn't, but who knows, you guys? We don't know. Hey, Shawty, good to see you. That book should be pulled from the shelves. You can only get, I think you can only get it online. So I hope. I haven't seen it in store. I shall check. How is not on the banned book club? I mean, they have Charlotte Webb book on a banned list, or yeah, this is crazy. There are lawsuits he's filing. It's not like they're letters, like they're lawsuits. Let me take a drink of my drink. Okay, next one. District of Arizona. I don't know who this is. Umar Farouk 𝗍𝗶𝗆𝗆𝗆𝗆𝗆𝗆𝗆𝗆𝗆𝗆𝗆𝗆𝗆𝗆𝗆𝗆𝗆𝗆𝗆𝗆𝗆𝗆𝗍 Jonathan Lee Riches are the plaintiffs versus ABC's Dancing with the Stars, Nicole Scherzinger, Derek Hugh, Kate Goslin, Aaron Andrews, Chad Orkosinko, Cheryl Burke, Evan Lysiak, a bunch of people, Luis Van Amstel, Buzz Aldrin, Damian Whitewood, Shannon Doherty, Mark Ballas, Jake Pavelka, Chelsea Hightower are the defendants. Okay, let me look that up. Umar is the underwear bomber. He's a terrorist. He's a terrorist. So he's obsessed with mass shooters and terrorists. He's saying that him and Umar are suing these people. Umar is a Nigerian terrorist who attempted to detonate plastic explosives hidden in his underwear while on board Northwest Airlines Flight 253 en route from Amsterdam to Detroit, Michigan on December 25th, 2009. It says preliminary injunction, temporary restraining order. Comes now the plaintiffs, Umar and Jonathan Lee Riches. We face imminent danger and bodily harm from the defendants collectively and individually. The defendants are discriminating against our Muslim faith by promoting adultery, and dancing is forbidden in Islam. We are forced to watch the defendants enjoy themselves on television while billions of people in the world cannot afford a TV set. Defendants don't care about global hunger, and defendants' dirty dancing acts offend us by the promotional sexual activity to minors watching the show. This is a danger to society that the defendants are contributing to, so we seek a restraining order as our morals and values will suffer if the defendants continue these criminal acts on TV. We pray this court will grant our motion for relief. Respectfully submitted, Umar and Jonathan Lee Riches. April 1st, 2010. He added lots of people to make the clerk of courts have to spend time entering the information. That is so messed up. Wow. Yeah, wow is right. Okay, next one. Dr. Ayman Al-Zawahiri and Jonathan Lee Riches. Who's this? Like some of these people, I have no idea who they are. So we're learning for educational purposes. Okay, so Ayman Al-Zawahiri is Egyptian-born Islamist militant and physician who served as a second general in Al-Qaeda from June 2011 until his death in 2012. Oh my God, he's one of the orchestrators of the 9/11. I didn't know all of their names, the orchestrators. Yeah, yeah, he says he is best known for being one of the orchestrators of the September 11th attacks. So disturbing. How can we ignore the previous patterns that he has compared to the current ones? Did you guys see that clip of him putting on a mask, like pretending to be Nancy Guthrie's kidnapper? He bought a mask that the kidnapper was wearing in the Nancy Guthrie case, and he's using it on his lives as a like as a as a prop. It's sick, you guys, considering he was obsessed with James Holmes and driving around with printed cardboard pictures in his car and sleeping with James Holmes pictures. It's quite disturbing, to say the least. And let's not pretend it's not. For all of those JLR supporters, like, get some help. Thank you. Okay, Dr. Ayman, there's my little speech. Dr. Ayman and Jonathan Lee versus Bonnaroo Music Arts and Festival, Dave's Matthew Band, Kings of Leon, Stevie Wonder, and Jay-Z, aka Sean Carter. Comes now the plaintiffs, Dr. Ayman and Jonathan Lee Riches. We face imminent danger and bodily harm from the defendants. We move for a restraining order against their upcoming festival because their music offends us and is in violation of Islamic law. Their music is a civil rights violation to us because they offend Muslim in their lyrics and degrade women. Also, defendants promote the sale and distribution of alcohol to minors as plaintiffs themselves are recovering addicts and their concert could trigger us to relapse. We pray this honorable court will grant a restraining order for relief. Respectfully, Dr. Ayman and Jonathan Lee Riches, April 20th, 2010. JLR is a menace. There's something really off with him. Hey, hoodies. Good to see you, love. Yes, there is something off with him. Clearly. Oh, great. Here we go. Middle District of Tennessee. Jesse James is the plaintiff versus Sandra Bullock. Janine Lynn Mulder and Jonathan Lee Riches are the defendants. Preliminary injunction, temporary restraining order, 28 USC. Comes now the plaintiff, Jesse James, and pro se moves this honorable court to issue a restraining order against the defendants who are threatening to kill me and ruin my reputation. I face imminent danger and bodily harm in Nashville and throughout Tennessee. Sandra Bullock seeks revenge on me and has been sleeping with multiple men to influence them to come and attack me on my motorcycle and to burn my business down. I found out through photographs that defendant Sandra Bullock had slept with Tiger Woods 69 times in March 2010 at a Nashville Super 8 motel, and Bullock stole my Harley and drove to Aspen to cheat on me with Charlie Sheen. And Bullock slept with Senator John Edwards at a Charlotte Bobcats basketball game, and Bullock was sleeping with Keanu Reeves on a Greyhound bus. And she slept with Janine Lynn Mulder and Billy Ray Cyrus in a Dolly World restroom in Tennessee. Bullock has secret affairs behind my back with Elliot Spitzer at the Niagara Falls, New York, and she slept with Brad Pitt at Mardi Gras in New Orleans. Bullock secretly hired mechanics to install Toyota gas pedals on my motorcycles to make me crash and to crash Ben Roethlisberger from Pittsburgh because of the anti-women behavior. The defendants caused me nightmares. Bullock tried to assault me with Michelle McGee's tattoo gun to give me hepatitis C, and Bullock hired outlaw motorcycle gang members to put a hit out on my life. I'm seriously wondering if people like he did this with so many like celebrities. It's crazy. The defendants continue to defame my name and reputation. Defendant Bullock uses her salary to hire convicted identity theft kingpin Jonathan Lee Riches to hack into my finances and steal my credit cards and to illegally wiretap and listen to all my phone calls without my consent. Bullock also paid Mr. Riches hundreds of dollars to post pictures of me sleeping with various women and other lawsuits that Riches is filing and talking about me, putting damage evidence against me in the lawsuits that can be viewed online if you go to 𝗝𝗲𝗋𝗆𝗆 and put Jonathan Lee Riches or Google Jonathan Lee Riches or Google the following suits. Riches versus Swine Flu, he names a ton of them. Riches versus Hulk Hogan, Riches versus Jay-Z, he names like 50 different lawsuits of his. So I'm going to skip reading them. Riches versus Hurricane Ike, Rudolph, Riches versus Lohan, Riches versus Diddy, Riches versus Hurricane Ike, go on a hurricane lawsuit, see the big picture, Riches versus Oprah Winfrey. I'm so scared of Jonathan Lee Riches. He has secret evidence against me that he is planning to sell to the National Enquirer with pictures of me sleeping with Paris Hilton in Hilton Head, South Carolina at a Hilton and having sexual contact with Megan Fox at Six Flags over Arlington and with me sleeping with domestic diva Martha Stewart. I'm scared these photos will ruin my career. Also, Riches claims he has evidence of my tax fraud at the West Coast Choppers business. I have nightmares of the defendants. I seek a restraining order against them. Respectfully, Jesse James, April 20th, 2010. He made sure, yeah, exactly. Hey, Jakey. Everyone needs to reach out to YouTube about JLR to protect us on this platform, one person at a time. Martha Stewart, yeah. They need a study on his brain when it's available. Everybody knows the National Enquirer is true. Let's move on to the next one. Jonathan Lee Riches plaintiff versus the Ghostbusters. Oh, this is the appeal. So we just read the request for a TRO. And this one is notice of appeal. This court's July 17th, 2019 order for judgment in favor of the defendants. Jonathan Lee Riches moves to appeal this court's ruling dismissing the case and giving judgment to the defendants. I appeal the appeals court, the 10th Circuit Court of Appeals. The Ghostbusters are after me. I got sprayed with green slime at Nickelodeon Studios on Double Dare. Then I was stuffed into a Jack in the Box with Jack and the Beanstalk. Rick Moranis turned into a bully and Michael Vick used him in dogfighting. Dan Aykroyd and Chevy Chase are illegally spying on my lawsuits for President Putin. See Riches versus Putin. Harold Ramis provided his glasses to the Lord of the Flies to start California wildfires. See Riches versus Wildfires. Defendants are illegally detaining my friends, the Blair Witch Project, Casper, Ghostwriter, Patrick Swayze, and Beetlejuice without due process at the Engine Number 9 fire with Kurt Russell and Firestarter. Defendants stole my Halloween candy in the 4th grade. The Stay Puffed Marshmallow Man stole my Michelin tires, gave me Firestones and Toyota brakes, and the Amityville Horror Boy is a Ghostbuster hitman. I saw the defendants in Disney's Magic Kingdom Haunted Mansion sodomizing each other. What the hell? Sodomizing each other with proton packs. I hear creepy voices in my prison cell. Deborah Hickey at FMC Lexington enters my cell wearing a white sheet. Ernie Hudson is having an affair with his wife, Dr. Amanda Hughes, aka Amanda Leigh Hughes. Google her name. I got arrested by the FBI in 2003 for stealing the Ghostbusters DVD from Blockbuster Video. Dr. Natalie Riley, DTS staff at the RDMP 500-hour drug abuse program, snorts cocaine with Bill Murray in backlots and MGM studios. Dr. Natalie Riley had an affair with Harold Ramis. They made a you know what movie together called Ghostbusters, and this can be viewed on YouTube. Sometimes I can't believe I'm reading this to you guys. Dan Aykroyd turned me into Conehead in 1988. My brain is haunted and possessed by the defendants. Defendants taught Winona Ryder to shoplift on Beetlejuice, and the Dawn of the Dead are after me each weekday morning. The butcher, baker, and candlestick maker are too. Chucky sodomized me with a Raggedy Ann doll. Like, come again? The A-team committed road rage on Scooby-Doo van in DC rush hour traffic on defendants' orders. Defendants told the boogeyman to wipe my nose. Check out this suit, Riches versus the Twilight Zone, and the poltergeist reached through my HD 3D TV and grabbed me. E.T. and Sweet Pea from Popeye raced the Tour de France with me on Pee Wee Herman's bike. The defendants turned Dr. Amanda Leigh Hughes into a man and sold her to the weird science guys. The Ghostbusters hired Sigourney Weaver to kidnap me and rocket me into space with the aliens. I want to talk to the media journalist. Please contact me immediately. I appeal this case to the 13th Circuit Court of Appeals. I ain't afraid of no ghost. Respectfully, Jonathan Lee Riches, June 27th, 2010. I ain't scared of no ghost. This is all riddles leading us to truth. Yeah, some of it is. All I can hear is shake my head hearing during this. Jakey, let her break you a cake first. Hey, rescue. Okay, next lawsuit. Southern District of New York. Security Investors Protection Corp and Jonathan Lee Riches are the plaintiffs versus Bernard L. Madoff, the defendant. Notice of appeal by Jonathan Lee Riches, this court's January 30th, 2009, order denying Rule 24 in bankruptcy intervention. I appeal to the United States District Court for Southern District of New York. Bernard L. Madoff has defrauded me, my siblings, my neighbors, and my pets. He left my father and mother out of this. Bernard L. Madoff promised me $5 million in Ponzi money if I file lawsuits around the country in his name, either as him being my AKA or me suing him or him suing other people. Example, Madoff versus Parton, Madoff versus Horse Illustrated, and many more. All you have to do is go to justia.com and put in Bernard Madoff, and you will see all the cases with me interlinked with him. Madoff told me to continue filing in his name to keep the focus of attention off of him. So the journalists and reporters get confused and go on a wild goose chase away from the true Madoff. This is a diversion, and this proves the calculated, manipulative thinking of Bernard Madoff. For a while, Bernard was actually paying me to file lawsuits in his name. He would instruct his wife, Ruth, to send $290 to my inmate trust account in Des Moines, Iowa. 240 in the monthly spending limit for inmates. In returns, I was to file lawsuits to make him look like a victim. Bernard Madoff is also using the Jonathan Lee Rich's name and brand for his financial gain. I've been used by Bernard Madoff. He and I were pen pals, as I am at the FMC in Kentucky and he is in the FMC Butner. We both write to his wife, Ruth, who forwards the letters to each other. Madoff has been psychologically manipulating my mind by convincing me to file as many lawsuits as I can and continues adding to my fame as I'm in the Guinness Book of World Records for filing the most lawsuits in the history of mankind. While I get notoriety, his wife Ruth is profiting off my fame by masking Jonathan Lee Rich's t-shirts, hats, mugs, and selling them in Times Square, New York, eBay, and Oldsmar, Florida flea market. And both the Madoffs are lining up book deals with Random House Publishing on Jonathan Lee Rich's story. Jonathan Lee Rich's bio, where Madoff trademarked my name through LegalZoom and copyrighted Jonathan Lee Rich's. These schemes will allow Bernard Madoff to be set for life, and his financial security and nest egg will reap the benefits of Jonathan Lee Rich's. Who in their sick mind would want to publish this? I know. And thank you, Patricia. I appreciate you. This is worth a laugh. Yeah, it is. It's self-published and not a publisher paid him for this. Oh, okay. Yeah, you're right. I think it is self-published, actually. From June 2009 through June 2010, Bernard Madoff has ordered me through a stolen credit card of trustee 𝗶𝗶𝗍𝗶𝗃 subscriptions of USA Today, Wall Street Journal, IBD, Smarty Magazine, The Economist, American Curves, Newsmask, with instructions to use these subscriptions as reference to find news stories and celebrities to sue in federal courts. And that's what I've been doing. Examples include Riches versus Deepwater Horizon Rig, Riches versus Alice in Wonderland, Spencer Pratt versus Heidi Montag, Jesse James versus Bullock. These are just a few of the thousands. I filed over 5,000 cases nationwide. Bernard Madoff told me he loves it and promised me that I will make millions off of my fame when I get out of prison. Everything was planned ahead of schedule. Last January 2009, I was shipped to the Federal Medical Center, FMC, Lexington, Kentucky, where I was to enroll and participate in the Residential Drug Abuse Program, which is held in the Veritas unit. I began the program in July of 2010. I was assigned a treatment primary named Dr. Amanda Hughes, who is a drug specialist in the RDAP. While I was in the program, the plaintiffs in this case, the Security Investor Protection Corp, caught wind that Bernard was profiting off my Jonathan Lee Rich's name while he was in prison with side deals that I was not aware of. For instance, Bernard Madoff would have Ruth put Jonathan Lee Rich's in Google and print out thousands of articles and blogs, including Wikipedia and Justia.com, on every case in America that Jonathan Lee Rich's has filed. Then Ruth would send the articles to Bernard at FMC Butner, where Madoff would then distribute them throughout the prison population and promise all the other inmates that I'm the best pro se jailhouse lawyer on earth, and that for $100, I will file appeals, briefs, and do any sort of legal work for any inmate. Madoff was making a killing. 925 inmates took up this offer at $100 a pop. The plaintiffs in this case were livid, so they made a side deal with Dr. Amanda Hughes, my primary, to harass me emotionally, sexually, and physically. This is insane. The plaintiffs in this case instructed Dr. Hughes to give me random prison shakedowns with my property and destroy all legal material that I filed on Bernard Madoff's behalf, because if I had sent it out to Ruth on Bernard's orders, the Madoffs would have made millions. Dr. Hughes complied and would rip up all my Bernard Madoff court papers. The plaintiffs told Dr. Hughes to inflict psychological warfare on me by forcing medications such as Paxil, Trazodone, and Zoloft, then using hypnosis and psychotherapy, mind manipulation, to convince me to stop filing lawsuits on Madoff and start filing lawsuits on Dr. Amanda Hughes instead. Hughes knew that the more suits I filed on her, she could personally profit from with huge marketing opportunities from her being a victim of my suits. She could write books about her experience as my therapist, in which any proceeds that Dr. Amanda Hughes makes from fame and fortune on me, she would have to split in a 50-50 with the plaintiffs in this case. I fell for the trick as I filed the suits Simpson versus Riley and Pratt versus Montag and Dr. Hughes, or all you have to do now is Google Dr. Amanda Hughes and see for yourself. The plaintiffs instructed Dr. Hughes to kick me out of the RDAP program in April of 2010, 2 weeks before I was scheduled to graduate. If I had graduated, I would have received 1 year off my sentence, which would have made me eligible for halfway house in July of 2010. Now I have to spend an extra year in jail. This will allow the plaintiffs and Dr. Hughes to continue to profit because as a psychologist, Dr. Hughes knew I would be mad and go on a lawsuit filing frenzy. That's why she ordered the administration at FMC Lexington to put me in solitary confinement. I'm bored all day, so now I just file lawsuits. There's nothing else to do. How is this okay? This dude reeks of weird vibes and is weird looking. Hi, Lintonero. I know you miss me. All of his YouTube subscribers pretty much paid for his book to be published. Hope they're all super proud of where their money went. That's the thing, too, you guys. That's the thing, too. He says, I'm bored all day. Now I just file lawsuits. There's nothing else to do. I still get all the newspapers Madoff subscribe me to. I listen to NPR and I sue. This is my livelihood. I've been used by Madoff, Dr. Hughes, and the Security Investor Protection Corp. They're all profiting off my name and fame. I want to tell my side of the story. I'm open to all media requests from journalists, bloggers, or curious Americans. I'm in the process of being shipped to another institution. So if you can't reach me here, look me up through the Bureau of Prisons Inmate Locator. I will talk. The truth will set me free. I appeal to the district court. Respectfully, Jonathan Lee Riches, July 5th, 2010. You know how he says he's going to sue every YouTuber and file a restraining order on everyone? It's nothing new, you guys. He's been doing this since when this book was written. I'm trying to see when it was written. Well, when he put it together. I don't know. I don't know when it was. Let's continue. Oh my gosh. Jonathan Lee Riches versus Drake, the rapper. So, oh no. Jonathan and Drake versus Justin Bieber, Taylor Swift, Miley Cyrus, Grayson Chance. Preliminary injunction, temporary restraining order. Was Dr. Hughes the expert doctor in 𝗝's case? Was it? Didn't a judge bar him from filing lawsuits while on parole? Yeah. Yeah, but at the time, I don't think he was barred yet, was he? I'd have to look at when that went through. Someone needs to sue him. I'm wondering why nobody has, honestly. How's a sick BDP try to advocate and be boots on the ground? He's nuts on the ground. Thank you, Patricia. I appreciate you. And you're right. He's nuts on the ground. When I saw him with that mask for the Nancy Guthrie case, I was like, okay, this is weird. It's weird that he gets that obsessed. You guys need to watch the last live I did because we went over a bunch of stuff that we didn't know. I hope he does sue everyone. His money will run out even if faster his lawyers are scamming him. I wish. He made $500,000 off Nancy Guthrie, you guys. It's ridiculous. Saw him, he bought a mask. Yeah, it's disturbing. Okay, let's see. Comes now plaintiff Jonathan Lee Riches, aka Aubrey Drake Graham. He thinks he's Drake. I face imminent danger and bodily harm. The four defendants are my children, and I'm seeking custody of them. If this court does not intervene and save my children, they will become endangered species. I want DNA testing. I fathered the four children. I have Justin Bieber's hair, Taylor Swift's nose, Miley Cyrus ears, and Grayson Chan's belly button. These defendants are in danger from adult pedophiles and celebrity stalkers. I seek custody from each of them. I can provide the defendants with 24-hour security at the Federal Medical Center in Lexington, Kentucky, with armed guard services surrounding barbed wire fencing to keep prey away from my babies. I can provide the defendants with 3 square meals a day, including milk in the morning so their bones can grow. So his four children is Justin Bieber, Taylor Swift, Miley Cyrus, and Grayson Chance. Right? Or no, is it backwards? I can provide the defendants with universal government health care. The prison library can meet the defendant's educational needs. I want to be the father I always dreamed I could be. Each night, the defendants can sit on my lap and I can read them bedtime stories interrupted in my cell. I have one blanket. We can cover them up like a tent. I can read them Spin magazine and the prison's TV show BET and MTV so we can rock. We have a huge rec yard. I can play horseshoe with the defendants, or we could go to the hobby and craft shop and make prison art that we can send to their grandmother in Pennsylvania. If the defendants stay with me, they will be safe from the paparazzi in the prison commissary cell's hall's cough drop so they won't lose their voice. We have decks of cards here so we can play spades for push ups, and the rec yard has a weight pile. I want Justin Bieber to get buff like me. Justin Bieber is my hero, and I'm very proud of his success. I taught him to sing at Westboro Baptist Church and at veterans' funerals. I met Justin Bieber's mother, Patty Millette, on eharmony.com and got her pregnant outside of Bad Boy Records in New York City. I need to know how he has come up with this. He was mad because Nerdy got a restrainer on him, so he got one on White Boy. Yeah, I know. He made up his mind a long time ago that he hated the idea of work. I financed Def Jam Music Group with identity theft. Bieber and I are trying to start a new record label, Identity Theft Jam. Justin Bieber is already going bald. Bieber illegally used my Capital One no hassle credit card to get a hair club for men and strawberry shortcake hair dye at CVS Pharmacy. If I don't get custody of Miley Cyrus fast, I'm afraid my nemesis, Warren Jeffs, is going to marry her in either Utah or Hannah, Montana. This is insanity. I know. In Hannah, Montana. I intercepted a phone call where former NFL player Lawrence Taylor was trying to meet Miley Cyrus at Orlando Super 8 Motel. Taylor Swift was born John Kerry Swiftboat. Ellen DeGeneres is trying to make Grayson Chance a woman with my credit cards. The defendants mean everything to me. I paid a prison tattoo artist 100 packs of mackerel to have the defendants' images on my forearms, and I smuggled in posters of the defendants to hang above my bunk. When I hear the defendants on the radio, I get goosebumps and cry. They are special and are a part of my heart. I saved my daughter, Taylor Swift, a few months ago from Nashville floods. Then I found out that the defendants are getting psychologically brainwashed by psychologist Dr. Amanda Hughes, aka Dr. Amanda Lee Hughes, drug treatment specialist at the RDAP Residential Abuse Program at the Federal Medical Center in Lexington, Kentucky. The defendants meet with Dr. Hughes collectively every Monday and Wednesday at 12:50 p.m. Dr. Hughes is encouraging the defendants to smoke pot in school zones shoot cocaine at rock concerts like Led Zeppelin and Britney Spears tours, as well as encouraging the defendants to have unprotected sex with foreigners. Dr. Hughes is also teaching my kids how to make suicide bomber vests so they can blow up themselves in crowds at their concerts. Dr. Hughes is showing the defendants animal, you know what, corn at Disney Animal Kingdom. Dr. Hughes gives the defendants ecstasy before they attend Oakenfold raves. My kids are going to die before they are 25. This worries me as a parent. Dr. Hughes tells the defendants to think and drive without seatbelts and to shoplift with Winona Ryder at Saks Fifth Avenue. This is so ridiculous. Dr. Hughes has been using defendants as guinea pigs with drug experiments in her office in a dark basement in the Veritas unit. I'm scared. I saw Taylor Swift on the country music channel with needle marks on her right arm. Dr. Hughes also told Taylor Swift to have sex with Billy Ray Cyrus at Nickelodeon Studios. Justin Bieber stole my American Express card to get penis enlargement on Dr. Amanda Hughes' direct orders. This is unreal. The people's greatest frustrations with me is also my greatest strength. I keep bloggers and the public glued to their computers each day, inquiring about my suits and having them contemplate meanings and motives. Quote unquote, is John insane or is it a con game? Like what's in Barry Bond's veins? I can walk into Belgium with an Islamic veil and people would think I'm a woman or a ninja. The defendants look the defendants took my brains from my smartphone, replaced it with a dumb phone with Down syndrome. I was Batman's butler. My pet dog was buried at Stephen King's pet cemetery. I sued American Idol. See Riches versus American Idol. Defendants sent William Refrigerator Perry to eat what is left of me. The Beatles put bugs on my prison floor and inside my Volkswagen. Beyonce put me in a halo. The defendants are under a lot of stress and anxiety. Justin Bieber is developing acne and hemorrhoids. And Grayson Chance has been delaying puberty. John Mark Carr tried to take the defendant to Thailand with David Carradine, and Justin Bieber is getting singing lessons from Milli Vanilli. The defendants each slept with Michael Jackson at Neverland Ranch when they were 12. What the hell? This is so disturbing. Rocker Tommy Lee made a sex tape with each defendant behind Pamela's back. Taylor Swift secretly got sodomized with a Grammy by Kanye West in a Chicago alley. Defendants and Lady Gaga gave me the finger at Epcot Center. What the? Justin Bieber was R. Kelly's secret lover. Justin Bieber lost his virginity to Madonna. Grayson Chance is in a secret relationship with Lance Bass. Taylor Swift kicked Lil Wayne's lollipop at the BET Music Awards. Can Lil Wayne file a lawsuit against him? Like, I know this is fiction or him just using satire, but how you come up with this, write a shit and publish it, that's loco. That's what I'm saying, Jakey. Hey, Celie, good to see you, love. Okay, where did I leave off? Bieber already told me he wants to be like Kurt Cobain and Jimmy Morrison. I need custody of the defendants. I get nightmares and panic attacks knowing the whole world is corrupting them like it did to me. I'm afraid Justin Bieber will want to be just like his father and give up music to be an international identity thief. I'm in the Guinness Book of World Records for stealing the most identities in the history of mankind. I can be reached or contacted for interviews at the below address. I'm open to all media interviews with reporters or bloggers. I move for a restraining order to stop the defendants from performing, singing, and producing music. I seek custody. I seek immediate custody. I pray for relief. Respectfully, Jonathan Lee Riches, July 20th, 2010. Did this thing sell any of the psychedelic books? Why is he allowed to be out in public? I would like to know that. Why he's allowed to stalk Nancy Guthrie when she's missing. The right timing is, yeah. Let's just say he is completely unhinged. Mental problems or not, drug problems or not, or whatever, it's absolutely insane. This whole book of lawsuits. And this is nothing. This is just like his favorites, I think. He has 5,000 he's written, and we've read a lot of them from the book and the documents. Yes, I do have more documents. Someone asked. I will be maybe doing those in a live tomorrow or the next day. Sounds like it while he was in a psych ward. Sounds like he needs to be in one now. He's attention seeking. Everyone talking about him is giving him attention. Yep. It is. I bet he's happy I'm reading his book. I haven't seen anybody else do that on YouTube. Rich's plaintiff versus the swine flu. Oh, here we go. So he sued Hurricane Katrina. He sued the weather. And now he's suing the swine flu. Jonathan Lee Rich's moves to appeal the dismissal of this case. Oh, okay. He's dismissing it now. He says, I caught swine flu at the medical center in Lexington, Kentucky, while eating a pork sandwich with imams and rabbis. When Dr. Amanda Hughes opens up her vagina for every What? When Dr. Amanda Hughes opens up her vagina for every Afro-American to eat, they get swine flu as well. This is so disturbing. How the hell do you actually come up with this? When Dr. Amanda Hughes opens up her vagina for every Afro-American to eat, they get swine flu as well. Dr. Hughes is a medical drug treatment specialist at the Residential Drug Abuse Program, RDAP, at FMC Lexington. Dr. Hughes sleeps and has sex with live pigs who spread swine flu. Hi, SOS Cider. Good to see you, love. Thanks for being here. Appreciate you. What the fuck did I just hear? Yeah, I know. This is crazy. Dr. Hughes sleeps and has sex with live pigs who spread swine flu. Dr. Hughes put on a pig costume and went to the market to eat pounds of roast beef. Dr. Hughes masturbated to Porky Pig. Dr. Hughes sexually assaulted me and sodomized me with a Snapple. Dr. Hughes is a Super 8 motel prostitute and uses the name Pigs in a Blanket. Dr. Hughes has sex with Boss Hog. I appeal. Respectfully, Jonathan Lee Rich's, August 12th, 2010. I don't know what we just read, and I'm sorry. I'm sorry for introducing you to that. Oh my God, I cannot. Oh my gosh. Okay. Don't sue me for reading the book to you, okay? This was all planned. Yeah, even if it was all planned or whatnot, it's absolutely psycho. Okay. Next lawsuit. District of Colorado. Okay, Jonathan Lee Rich's Bernie L. Madoff versus the New York Yankees. Derek Jeter, Alex Rodriguez, Mariano Rivera, George Posada, Mark Teixeira, Robinson Cano, Curtis Granderson are the defendants. Comes now, Jonathan Lee Rich's under 28 USC. I was in Florence, ADX. This court has jurisdiction from October 2009. I was in solitary confinement and I had no TV in my cell to watch the New York Yankees. I am a huge Philadelphia Phillies and Eagles fan, and this was discrimination. I could have made a difference in the World Series outcome by being the 10th player. My sentence is unconstitutional. I seek a restraining order. Respectfully, Jonathan Lee Riches, August 13th, 2010. He needs a padded room. Yeah. Yes, he was, Essa. He came by to say hi. He wanted to be part of the New York Yankees. Funny, 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 haha. Next one, North District of Philadelphia. Jonathan Lee Riches, DBA Gordon Gecko, aka Michael Milken. Plaintiffs versus 104th World Series, Philadelphia Phillies and Tampa Bay Rays. Preliminary injunction, temporary restraining order. I face imminent danger from the 2008 World Series Philadelphia Phillies versus Tampa Bay Rays. The World Series is being shown on the TV at 𝗝𝐶𝐼 Williamsburg. Normally, we are locked down at 10 p.m., cells locked, but because of the defendants, 𝗝𝐶𝐼 Williamsburg is allowing late night to watch the World Series until 11:45 p.m. This puts me in danger because my door is unlocked after 10 p.m. and I could get attacked by inmate Tampa Rays fans. I'm from Philadelphia and my loyalty is to the Phillies, Connie Mack, Mike Schmidt, and the Veterans Stadium. The majority of inmates on my unit are from Florida. They hate Philly. I seek a restraining order against the World Series for creating hate, putting my life in danger. Inmates watch Eva Longoria and Pina hit home runs, and I hear they will use bats at the 𝗝𝐶𝐼 Williamsburg softball field and swing at my head with them. Aggravated assault. I'm scared of bodily harm. The 104th World Series must be blacked out from prison TV. I pray for relief. Respectfully submitted, Jonathan Lee Riches, September 10th, 2010. Why has no one sued his arse for defamation and get an injunction? Listen, I don't know why some of these celebrities didn't sue him. You know, they probably just think he's crazy because all the accusations and stuff, like you would think someone with money would come after him. We should all write to YouTube and send them excerpts from the book and demand he lose his channel. He's seriously mental. It's insane. Okay. Next one. This one is the Eastern District of Missouri. Jonathan Lee Riches and Ali Hassan, aka Cat Stacks, plaintiffs. Who is Ali? Why do I have to look some of these people up? Let's learn together. What's his obsession with like terrorists and killers? He was an Iraqi military officer and politician under Saddam Hussein. Okay. He's sick. Versus Don't Ask, Don't Tell, gay marriage. This is who they're suing. Gay marriage, Proposition 8, gay pride parade, nudist colony, swingers club, STDs. I'm sorry, he's suing the STDs. Which one? All of them? Chaz Bono, Liz Cheney, YMCA, Harvey Milk, lesbians. Oh no. Oh no. Homosexuals, Samantha Ronson, Barney Frank, HIV, human immunodeficiency virus, The Village People, Linda Lovelace, Tyson Gay, Full Metal Jacket, Rainbow Floats, National Center for Lesbian Rights, and an Employment and Non-Discrimination Act. That's it. I've had enough of his shit. He needs to lose his channel and all internet platforms. Called Now Comes the Plaintiff. I'm on it. Many of us have reported him to no avail. He makes too much money for YouTube to cancel him. That's what it is. Okay, let's listen to this. Oh my gosh. I sometimes feel uh, like it's a dream. Let's get right to the top. The CEO of YouTube, not joking, right? Cheers. I know some of you are probably in bed, but it's early here. Mm, okay, preliminary injunction TRO. Comes now, Jonathan Lee Riches, DBA Ali Hazan, in pro se. I and the American people, with the worldwide heterosexuals and virgins, face imminent danger and bodily harm from Don't Ask, Don't Tell and the conspiracy of defendants. This is a gigantic fraud of epic proportions, which endangers me. Endangered species. The defendants undermine our Korans and Bibles, or our Qurans and Bibles, perverting the world with filth. The defendants will ruin marriages, corrupt children, and moral values will be eliminated. Our forefathers would be rolling in their graves sick. Foreign terrorists will use the defendants for justification for holy wars. Anarchists will protest. Cyber criminals will launch computer viruses, and the nuns will rebel. Don't ask, don't tell is a psychological trap. I don't care if you tell or not, but all forms of homosexuality are wrong. I was forced to eat at TGI Fridays with gay waiters serving me. The defendants plan to start marital law, and all heterosexual marriages will be annulled. American Curves magazine will be banned. Chaz Bono is going to be Times Person of the Year. Then Somali pirates of the Caribbean will demand man booty for ransom. Come again? The Somali pirates of the Caribbean will demand man booty for ransom. Our four branches of the military plan to convert all their militaries, insurgencies, narco drug traffickers worldwide into homosexuals to ruin global growth and populations, and male prostitution will occur at all military bases. At Fort Bragg, male soldiers will brag to each other about how big their penises are. The military will label homophobia as a mental illness. At the gay pride parade, all soldiers will swing dance on root beer floats. Hasbro will sell gay G.I. Joe action figures. Then our troops coming home from duty with PTSD will shoot all straight people for not loving them. What the hell? Good, Lintonera. I'm glad you're here. The army is building pink tanks, rainbow color airplanes. All of our generals will be at Central Command watching gay porn. AT&T has plans to change its names to Gay TNT. Okay, I try to hold it in a lot of the time because else I would just be laughing the whole life. Oh my gosh, Gay TNT. My cellmate Bubba already proposed to me as he was in McHale's Navy. Uncle Sam is now dressed as a drag queen. Soldiers will give each other Hummers in their Hummers. Our troops are teaching Afghans to come out of the closet. The village people plan to join the Navy. Now, at all military barracks, the defendant caused male troops to have Ricky Martin and Brad Pitt posters. And now, male troops' hobbies overseas are spin the bottle, duck, duck, goose, trivial pursuit, knitting, painting each other's toes, blasting music like Right Said Fred's I'm Too Sexy, Macho Man, and Madonna's Borderline, plucking each other's eyebrows, giving each other foot massages. I wanted to join the Marines when I got out of prison and marry G.I. Jane, but she went lesbian on me. Guantanamo Bay turned into a gay health spa. Now Bin Laden wears pink turbans, shaved his beard with bikini wax. Homosexuals at Arlington Cemetery will come out of their closets. Who's actually insane here? Very interesting. Oh, geez. Are you a JLR groupie? Melly, promise me you'll never read this again. I'd rather hear Kenzie text 10 times. We're not. We're not. I'm clipping, but not reading them again. We're scarred, right? Um, John McCain slept with Pat Tillman, Boy George, George Michael, Harvey Milk, and the Jonas Brothers plan on joining the Air Force. Omaha Beach is a nudist colony. No male troops will sleep peacefully in their barracks. Constant moaning and groaning. It will smell like poop. Condom machines in the latrine. This is how sick he is in the head. No, he's now talking about covering the Tyler Robinson case. He's gonna get obsessed with the shooter. Robert E. Lee slept with Sherman at Woodstock to negotiate peace. The defendants must be stopped. I'm whistleblowing and will become a draft dodging AWOL in an underground bomb shelter under the Vatican, away from gay Catholic priests too. I move for restraining orders. Respectfully, Jonathan Lee Riches, September 11th, 2010. Wow, September 11th too. Who are we talking about? The Chosen. Let's continue. 2011 through 2016. Is this a different? It doesn't have a title. At the end of 2010, the government filed a civil injunction against me to stop me from filing any more lawsuits. I was also under federal investigation for forgery for filing lawsuits against RDAP. For those reasons, I laid low for 2011. I was getting close to being released from prison and did not want to antagonize the prison authorities and jeopardize my release. The suit against Jared Loughner was a sort of retirement suit for me, as well as an act of defiance against the government's injunction against me. After I filed this suit, I promised the prison officials, on condition of me being released from solitary confinement, that I would not file any more lawsuits. Upon my release in 2012, I felt two distinct desires: to file a few high profile lawsuits against celebrities who really annoyed me, e.g., the Kardashians, and the desire to have a presence on social media that would publicize the suits I had filed while incarcerated. That part, desperate to have a social media presence, is absolutely what he is doing right now. He's desperate. Should be prohibited. He is now, I thought. Or no, he's prohibited from lawsuits, but not ROs. He should be, though. In my previous lawsuits, I had memed the idea that my name was a brand that had been appropriated by various celebrities. I saw the distinct possibility of realizing this idea through social media. Social media was a new avenue of publicity for me. It allowed me to broadcast not only suits that had made me infamous, but the ideas I was generating at the time. These ideas would lead me to know what is known as trolling. You guys, I am screaming. Because you guys know all the bullshit he's been doing lately. Yes, the guy on the screen. Whoa. Known as trolling. My version of trolling was not confined to the internet, though. The apex of this occurred during the 2006 presidential election when I appeared at rallies for each candidate in a variety of ethnic outfits. Example: Muslims for Trump, Mexicans for Hillary, Rastafarians for Jill Stein, etc. I wanted to see if I could draw media attention at these real life events in the way I had done in my lawsuits, but still keep my persona shrouded in ambiguity. Generally speaking, I got the reaction I was looking for. Though there's part of every type of action like this that is unexpected, I don't try to anticipate For the surprise element, I am open to it because this is what makes my form of agitation interesting. In fact, this is what makes life interesting. Listen, you know how he's filing the RO on white boy and you know how he's doing all this shit? Like he truly enjoys it and it's truly sick because these people have to spend money on lawyers. Like white boy now has to get a new lawyer and same with other people that he's going after, etc. This is why I said in the live the other day that his mental health problems continue to be a problem. He's showing a lot of similarity in his patterns and behaviors from when he was in prison, being treated and not being treated. He's incriminating himself in the book. He's a freaking moron. Yeah. I'm reading lawsuits, Essa. They're erroneous lawsuits. Yeah, he said in interviews he loves seeing them in court. Yeah, he's saying that. He's admitting that all over this book. You know? Okay, let's see. This one is District of Arizona. Julian Assange, Jonathan Lee Riches versus Jared Lee Loughner, and 𝗝𝗼𝗃𝗄𝗵𝗽. Am I supposed to know who these people are? Let me see. Who is Julian? Take out your notes, please. Who is Julian? Okay, Julian Assange is an Australian editor, programmer, and publisher who found WikiLeaks. Okay, because he has a wiki page. And who is 𝗝𝗼𝗃𝗄𝗵𝗽 is a Pakistani elite police commando who was known for murdering Salam Taseer, governor of Punjab. He's obsessed with serial killers, shooters, and politician serial killers. It's out of the, you guys know it. That's facts. He's obsessed. It's deranged, dangerous to be walking amongst society. And he's out of prison too, trying to save 𝗝𝗵𝗃𝗄𝗵𝗽. Yeah. Bless you, Melly, for reading this and informing us of all what complete insanity is. It's sick. White boy did nothing. Hope it blows back on him. Me too. If he is small hat, then he never doing time. He already did 10 years. Actually, you guys, he had a prison stint in the 90s. And then he spent 10 years. And it looks like he's on his way back, considering everything that's going on right now. Okay, let's continue. I face imminent danger and bodily harm from the defendant, Jared Lee Loughner. I was personally affected and traumatized by the defendant's actions, which are inexcusable, and my thoughts and prayers go out to the victims, including U.S. Rep. Gabrielle Giffords, Chief Judge John Roll, Christian Taylor Green, and the entire Tucson community. What? Tucson? And he's in Tucson harassing people and scamming for Nancy Guthrie. Does the Tucson community know he's filing a lawsuit against them? I can probably kick his ass. Lintonero, you can. I know you can. He's taking... Clearly, there's no reform for him. LOL, no. Team White Boy. Yeah, we are Team White Boy. Team White Boy's a friend. I would say. I would consider him. I hate to say it, but JLR is probably a genius. He is. I said that in the very first live when we started this book. I said, you know what? He lost his shit a long time ago, but to put these together like this, and he knows a lot about politics and trolling. And he's a hacker and a fraud and wire fraud hacker and whatever you call him. He did prison time for 10 years for hacking emails and money and all kinds of things. He says, now I'm in fear of the defendants as he he is now in federal custody. I want a restraining order against him, preventing the BOP from transferring the defendant to the Federal Medical Center in Lexington, Kentucky, where the defendant will receive a mental health evaluation on his criminal case. I'm in fear that if the defendant transfers to FMC Lexington, he will be placed in solitary confinement, where I'm currently being illegally detained and possibly being my cellmate, in which he could use his bare hands or prison shank to kill me for being a moderate Democrat and for being Jonathan Lee Riches, who is in the Guinness Book of World Records for suing the most people in the history of mankind. I'm illegally serving over a decade in federal prison for being a ringleader in international identity theft, conspiracy, along with computer hacking. Those are his charges. Computer hacking, phishing, spamming with wildfire via cyberware with botnets and Trojan horses, stealing the personal information of millions of internet service provider customers. See US versus Riches in Texas. I'm a federal whistleblower on government corruption and physical, sexual, and mental abuse within the federal prison system, in which, to silence me, I've been in solitary confinement for over a year. The government plans to indict me on federal charges for forging or fraud for filing lawsuits exposing corruption to keep me in prison past March 23rd, 2012, which is my release date. Now, the government also filed a civil preliminary injunction against me, preventing me from filing any more lawsuits and giving the BOP authorization to open up my sealed legal mail and return it to me. See lawsuit US versus Riches, case 510 CV, okay, which is violating my constitutional rights to the courts. I'm in solitary and continue to get physically, mentally, and sexually abused by Dr. Kristen Hungnes, Dr. Amanda Lee Hughes, Warden Deborah Hickey, SIA Mary Anderson, Officer Howe, etc. I had to smuggle this lawsuit out of prison. Otherwise, FMC Lexington would have thrown it away, even though I put a stamp on it, which is mail fraud on their part. In order to get this lawsuit out, I arranged with an army of ants who are scattered on my floor. I put breadcrumbs on top of this envelope, and at least 10,000 ants carried this lawsuit on their back and marched it outside through the emergency exit. From this point, I arranged with a few pigeons that I've been communicating with via sign language to pick up the lawsuits from the ants and fly them personally to the court's house steps in Tucson, Arizona, since the pigeons have to fly south for the winter anyway. I figure since the pigeons hit the jet stream, it will expedite the delivery and process, and this lawsuit will hit courts by the end of January 2011, a few weeks after the mass shooting that Jared Lee Loughner committed. There it is again. Jared Loughner was also personally influenced weeks before 𝗝𝗏𝗆𝗃 𝗏𝗏𝗃 in Pakistan. The Safeway grocery store is supposed to be safe. All Safeways need to get LifeLock. Defendant Loughner took a taxi to Safeway driven by Robert De Niro, who escaped from Cape Fear, and the taxi had a set of Firestone tires bought at El Campo Tires, where Gabrielle Giffords once worked. El Campo Tires also provided tires to Jim Lyritz, governor of South Dakota, Lisa Left Eye Lopez from TLC, Dale Earnhardt Sr., Andrew Gallo, Richie Valens, and Brayton Edwards. The 9mm Glock 9 defendant Loughner was given to him by Cho at Virginia Tech, who he got from the Columbine kids, where they got the WMDs from Saddam Hussein. Whoa. He's got quite the imagination, doesn't he? That's right, Julie. Sick in the head. Defendant Jared is also friends with Jared from Subway, a 6-inch submarine. When I heard of the Tucson tragedy, I made a flag out of prison toilet paper and flew it half-mast. Then on January 10th, 2011, I had an 11 a.m. Eastern moment of silence for the victims, but I was interrupted by other Afro Americans, inmates in solitary cells, banging and hollering because we didn't get served fried chicken for lunch. I believe Congress at your corner was set up by U.S. Rep. Gabrielle Giffords to expose and repel tough federal sentencing guidelines, and Giffords was planning to expose my illegal incarceration and the violation of my Eighth Amendment rights for cruel and unusual punishment at 10:20 a.m. But Loughner prevented her from speaking about my case. I nominate Roger Salzgeber, Bill Budger, and Joseph Zamudio for Congressional Medals of Honor and to try out for the starting defensive line of the Arizona Cardinals. Patricia Maish is also a hero, and I personally proposed to her. Who the hell is that? Gabrielle Gifford's husband, Mark Kelly, is a NASA astronaut, and I believe if Barack Obama gives more funding to the space program, Mark Kelly could fly into space on February 8th, 2011, exactly 1 month away from Earth with a super sensitive telescope from the sharper image with a laser beam and zoom into Loughner's eyes to blind him so that this tragedy would be averted. Now, federal taxpayers will suffer because their pocket change will have to pay for all members of Congress security, and all the FBI agents that are in Tucson will build a permanent command center for extra manpower to stop illegal immigration over the border. This tragedy flooded the AM networks with breaking news and regular scheduled programming on Sean Hannity, Mark Levine, Coast to Coast with George Knorr was interrupted, and the AM radio is the only outside news source I have in solitary. The defendant's actions also made me cry. I seek a restraining order against them. Submitted Jonathan Lee Riches, January 11th, 2011. Have a good workout, Linto. I sued the sharper image. Yeah. He might make it now, but when you lose your resources, he better start filing burgers. Okay, Linto, see you later. Just esa. By any chance is Miss Piggy also known as Mars La Trailera? Just wondering. Earnhardt would mop the garage floor with JLR, right? Jared from Subway, he's a pedo. I know. He's Delulu. He sued his parents and one sued himself. He's psychotic. Yeah, I know. Okay. Riches is the plaintiff versus Lopez, defendant. Notice of appeal. District of Detroit. Jonathan Lee Riches appeals to the Sixth Circuit Court of Appeals. Jonathan Lee Riches appeal. Jennifer Lopez put me in prison. I was her former boyfriend, fiance before Mark Anthony, and I did millions of dollars of fraud with credit cards to finance Lopez's career. I bought her Saks Fifth Avenue bras, JCPenney leg warmers, and Sam Goody gift certificates to butt her own CDs to boost her album sales. Then I used stolen people's identity to get Lopez breast implants, a tummy tuck worth $11,252.64, and Avon facial cream. Lopez manipulated me and she abandoned me after I went to prison for 125 months. Lopez violated my copyrighted music, Jenny from the Block, was my idea. And while Lopez was married to Mark Anthony, she cheated on Anthony with comedian George Lopez and former MLB catcher Javier Lopez. I have the proof on videotape. Email me at johntsunami@gmail.com. I appeal. Jonathan Lee Riches, May 20th, 2012. Avon does not exist anymore. It doesn't? I used to love Avon. Yeah, apparently he started J-Lo's career. Can we request a welfare check on his cat? That's a good idea. Avon doesn't exist anymore? That's a lie. Everyone he's stolen from should get their turn with him, handcuffs behind his spineless back. I helped Kim K get her 55th nose job. I do feel bad for his poor cat. I'm sure he has someone watching the cat, right? Let's hope so. Okay. Next one. Riches the plaintiff versus Pitt. Notice of appeal. Jonathan Lee Riches appeals the dismissal of the case to the Sixth Circuit Court of Appeals. I am the real father to Brad Pitt and Angelina Jolie's children. All of them have my DNA, and they are forbidding me from taking a blood sample. I met Jolie on the set of Hackers, and I'm the real Johnny Lee that she was married to. Jolie used to make me put my finger in her mouth to aid her bulimia. This is unreal. Brad Pitt stole my credit card. Brad Pitt stole my credit cards on Fight Club. I was molested by Brad Pitt on Sleepers. Brad Pitt and George Clooney broke into my piggy bank at my home in Ocean's 11 plot. Pitt stole my cocaine stash that I got from Cheech and Chong. Jolie and I were pen pals in prison. I've got love letters from Jolie to produce as evidence. I appeal. Respectfully, Jonathan Lee Riches, May 22, 2012. Evie says you can still get Avon. Oh, okay. So he's a father to Brad Pitt and Angelina Jolie's kids. We don't know. Has he said anything recently? He hasn't, I don't think. Okay, next one. Riches versus Snipes. Appeal by Jonathan Lee Riches, the dismissal of the case. Appeal to the 11th Circuit. Wesley Snipes violates my civil rights. Who's Wesley Snipes? Do you guys know? American actor. Oh. Okay, now I see who that is. When I saw the picture, he was the one in Blade. Okay. I didn't know his name. Don't come for me. Wesley Snipes violates my civil rights. Snipes was my cellmate in federal prison, and he used martial arts skills he learned while making Blade. Okay, there it is. To assault me because I refused sexual intercourse with him. And Snipes made me teach him identity theft skills to further his tax fraud behavior when he gets out of prison. I was forced to hand wash Snipes' toes in prison and paint his nails rainbow. Wesley Snipes told me personally that he is HIV positive, and Snipes is best friends with Bernard Madoff. Snipes also smuggled a cell phone into prison, so I was forced to watch White Men Can't Jump with him on our prison bunk. Snipes also told me that if I don't intervene in Kim Kardashian versus the Gap case, he will bash my head in with his fist. I appeal. Respectfully, Jonathan Lee Riches, May 31st, 2012. Actor. Yeah, I know. Tupac stole my credit cards in 1990. C. Ray says, how is it possible that he got away with all of this? I know he went to jail for all of it, but why did it take so long? He went to jail for hacking and fraud and stuff. He didn't go to jail for filing erroneous lawsuits, which I think he should have. Wasting all those resources. Okay. Next, Chosen 300 Ministries versus City of Philadelphia defendants Jonathan Lee Riches is the movement. Comes now the movement. Jonathan Lee Riches moves the Honorable Court to intervene in this case as a plaintiff under Rule 24. The City of Philadelphia violates my constitutional rights. The City of Philadelphia will not let me pagan dance at the art museum. I sacrificed a goat head I got from Hillshire Farms and plan to put it over my head with tiki torches, and Michael Nutter is stopping my cult from praying to our sun god. I am the lawsuit god of the world, and the Supreme Court and juries worship me as I preach the lawsuit. Defendants won't give me a liquor license to distribute Gin Jones juice around the streets of Philadelphia with Bruce Springsteen. Chosen 300 Ministries plans to hang me on a cross next to Jesus Christ, and I will rise with the Messiah during the 7th inning at the next Phillies game. I can also walk across Delaware and write lawsuits at the same time. I pray, oh Lord, grant my motion for relief. Respectfully, Jonathan Lee Riches, June 9th, 2012. Wow, I know. Next one. Gino Romano and all others similarly situated plaintiffs versus Kim Kardashian, Tony Parker, Eva Longoria, Kourtney Kardashian. Temporary restraining order. Oh, geez. I'm facing imminent danger and bodily harm from the defendants in San Antonio, and I seek a restraining order against them. I have newly discovered evidence in a major conspiracy with the defendants who participated in a plot to deceive America, the tabloids, and social media. I am a private investigator, and I work for Jonathan Lee Riches, Inc., DBA, 𝗍𝗍𝗶𝗆𝗆, Tumblr.com, under the direct orders of Jonathan Lee Riches. And back when Riches was in federal prison, I was a freelance artist or freelance journalist, and I uncovered a sex scandal that rocked San Antonio. Kim Kardashian and Tony Parker made a sex tape together. While Parker was married to Eva, this tape was made at a Los Angeles Super 8 motel. When the Spurs came to LA to play the Lakers, and Tony Parker kept a copy of the sex tape under his mattress at home in San Antonio, the same bed that Tony Parker and Kim Kardashian also had sex in while Eva was filming Desperate Housewives. And when Eva came home, she noticed the mattress springs broken. So she called 1-800-mattress to get a new one. And she found that Tony Parker / Kim Kardashian sex tape, but didn't confront Tony Parker about it. So Eva decided to retaliate against Tony. I'm sorry, it's Eva Longoria, right? So Eva Longoria called over Kourtney Kardashian to Tony Parker's house and had a lesbian affair on Tony with her, which Eva Longoria filmed, and then she hid it in the medicine cabinet. But Tony Parker one morning was getting his daily steroid stash and found the tape and confronted Eva Longoria with her sex tape. So Eva Longoria confronted Tony with his sex tape with Kim Kardashian, and it was a standoff. Eva and Tony called up the Kardashians for a secret meeting, and all the defendants made a pact peace agreement not to tell a soul. But Tony Parker was dumb enough to throw the tapes in the trash, which I was dumpster diving and retrieved. Then I gave the tapes to Jonathan Lee Riches, and the defendants found out that the tapes were missing and traced my muddy footprints to me. And now defendants want these tapes back, which embarrasses their empires. Kim Kardashian assaulted me and Riches in Nashville, Tennessee because of these tapes. Riches told me to file this lawsuit, and I feel if there is any others who are similarly situated and are witnesses to come forward with their side. The defendants threatened my life on Gino Romano Facebook page, and I'm shaking in my boots. And I don't have spurs for leverage because I'm from the North, and I bring this suit under the First Amendment of our U.S. Constitution. Respectfully, Gino Romano, June 14th, 2012. Because remember, that's what he used to call himself. Great bedtime story, thanks. People must be walking on eggshells around him, scary. Let's see. Okay, I'll do one more for tonight. Gino Romano and all others similarly situated versus Kim Kardashian, Kanye West, Kris Jenner, Bruce Jenner, Khloe, and Kourtney. Okay, so now this is a temporary restraining order. What was the previous one? Oh, yeah, it was a preliminary injunction temporary restraining order. Okay, let's read this. Gina Romano faces imminent danger and bodily harm, and the American citizens are in danger from the defendants. The Kardashian clan, Kanye West, and 2 Jenners. All defendants are terrorists. Yeah, So all of Hollywood knows about him then, I'm assuming, if their people got this lawsuit. Well, I don't think the court approved any of them. His cult followers. On June 16, 2012, I was in West Virginia, deep in the hills, and I stumbled upon the defendants who were at an Al Qaeda secret training camp where Kris Jenner had organized this operation, and senior members of Al Qaeda were there, including number two Ayman al-Zawahiri and Richard Reed's cousins, Johnny Walker Lynn's parents, and al-Shabaab. On this day, Kim Kardashian, Khloe, Kourtney, Kanye West, and Bruce Jenner all pled allegiance to Al Qaeda. They burned the US flag, stomped their feet on Barack's picture. Then Kanye West performed a concert for all the Al Qaeda members. They all drank Jim Jones juice. And then the defendants took out shovels and began digging for coal and and fracking in the mines of West Virginia to get fuel to make weapons of mass destruction. Kris Jenner was enriching uranium, and the Kardashians made a vow that all their websites, clothing lines, reality shows, and proceeds will go directly to Al Qaeda to finance and support the jihad. Kim Kardashian has been signing autographs for Hamas, and Ayman Zawahiri got Kourtney Kardashian pregnant. Kim Kardashian is now the leader of Al Qaeda. The defendants shot AK-47s in the air. MS-13 gangs were there too. All the defendants stopped shoveling coal and prayed to Mecca at noon, then put their shoes on sale on eBay to raise money for the Islamic charity. Kanye West is now also the leader of Chicago's notorious El Rukin street gang, and Kim Kardashian plans to design Al Qaeda veils for women for her clothing line. Dash. Khloe Kardashian has been cheating on Lamar with Zacarias Massoy as prison pen pals, and Bruce Jenner secretly helped Al Qaeda during the Berlin Olympics in 1973. The Kardashian tax records must be looked at by the Department of Homeland Security. Kim Kardashian personally models for Cat Stevens part-time, and Kris Jenner was the late Yasser Arafat's former mistress. Robert Kardashian is secretly taking flying lessons on KSM in Guantanamo Bay's direct orders, and the Kardashians plan to pay for eye surgery for Mullah Omar. And if this plan works, they will try it on the blind Sheikh Razam next. Kim Kardashian personally paid for Johnny Walker Lynn's plane ticket to Afghan tribal region in 2001. Now the Kardashians have a jihad against me. I already escaped numerous assassination attacks by them on me, including a McDonald's attack in Nashville, Disney World assault, and Busch Gardens. I barely escaped this episode. All of this happened because the defendants saw me spying on Al Qaeda training, so Kim Kardashian launched a rocket at me. Bruce Jenner threw a grenade at my head, and Khloe Kardashian tried to behead me. I'm so scared of the defendants. I seek restraining orders against them. I'm a patriot, not from New England, but a Yankee, because I live in both New York and Philly. Read between the lines. Respectfully, Gino Romano, aka Jonathan Lee Riches, June 17th, 2012. I can't believe it. The Kardashians. Wow. His fan base wouldn't believe he wrote this. You know, I'm very curious as to why he's had this book out for so long and never read it to all 545,000 subscribers that he has, which is a shame. Another alter ego. Yeah. That Sue Ellen they hate wants them all charged. I bet. Pray for Magnolia. I know. Every one of his fan bases should read his book, every word of it. You know, if he read this to his fan base, well, most of them would love him. The rest would unsubscribe, and oh, wouldn't that be nice? He mentions Jim Jones a few times because he looked up to him being a cult leader that could get people to believe anything. He literally posted about Annie today, thinks she's involved. He needs to stop harassing them. I hope the Guthrie family decides to press charges against him. Like, enough is enough. Even if we think Tommaso or Annie had something to do with it, they don't. So as of now, it is what it is. You know what I mean? They're cleared. They haven't been charged. Savannah doesn't think it's her family. Oh, I can't stand them. It's his past. We all have a past. Listen, we all have a past. It is his past, but he brought his past to the forefront with his with present behaviors like beating Magnolia and breaking her septum. Most of us that have a past have bettered ourselves or try to overcome it and don't continue to make stupid ass decisions. Which is exactly what he wants. Yeah. Therapist nightmare. First case, I'm sure Kim Kardashian can handle. She's a lawyer. Like Kenzie paid someone to take the bar for, yeah. And he's not involved. No, he's a con artist. That's exactly what this book is too. And all those lawsuits. He's just, I don't get it. I really don't get how anyone could still watch him. I can't stand him. Justice for Magnolia. Yes, justice for Magnolia. They're all clowns. Thank you, Patricia, for the supers. Okay, so we went an hour and 45 and we're still not done. So I have been dropping clips and those are under the videos tab, but I do have a playlist with all the JLR readings that we have done. If you want to watch them in a live, if you haven't heard me read them, or just wait for the clips. I will be dropping a bunch probably tonight or tomorrow, but it looks like we have a little less than 100 pages to go. Yeah. We have like 50 pages more to go. So I'll look it over. Yeah, I'm definitely going to want to finish it, but we definitely have more court documents to go over too. So please make sure you guys turn on your notifications. Please tap the like button on the way out. I would really appreciate that so we could get pushed into the algorithm. You done good, Melly. Thank you. Thank you, really, Julie Bay. And thank you guys all for being here. And shout out to the replay viewers. I have heard that listening to these readings on speed is funny. So if you guys want to try that, go for it. Killing it, Melly. Thanks, Cree. Shout out to all the mods for being here. I will see you guys tomorrow. We will resume on Laura Owens tomorrow. She's on the calendar. JLR probably. I'm going to try to fit in a Kenzie live stream as well. So I have a few things scheduled for tomorrow. I appreciate you guys for being here. Invite her on a live stream. She talks to a lot of people. Yeah, I have her. I have her contact. So I don't think Magnolia can come on a live stream and talk about the cases with JLR. So thanks so much. Can't wait to hear more. Thank you, C-Ray, for being here. Have a great night, guys. I will catch you guys on the next live stream. Bye.